Thank you. Thank you, Yeshua, for bringing that to my attention. And Carlos, who said, I've been talking this whole time and have had no sound. uh, that's all right. I'm just getting back in the swing of things. I don't know what happened there with the intro, but it was lagging a bit, and I guess so am I. But we're going to get this going back 100. Absolutely. So I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, as I said, you guys. But yes, as I said, or was saying, but you couldn't hear me, welcome to the Black Side of Liberty. Welcome back. No better time to get it kicked off than the beginning of Black History Month, since it is now February 1st, the first day of Black History. So happy Black History Month to all of you out there. And like I said, I wanted to get the show launched again. I have a guest who I hope will show up here shortly backstage. But in the meantime, I just wanted to bring you guys up to date on what's been going on, as well as the new look of Black Side of Liberty. As you can see, I don't have the flag upside down in the background anymore. We're going to focus our, our cause here, which is to, again, get this guy out of office right now, because he's really causing all of the strife and mischief here in the state of California, and is upsetting the people of California, of course. So we want to change our political landscape. So we're focusing our energy on getting this guy out of office ASAP, okay? And also, as you can see, I'm not wearing my Guy Fawkes mask. I'll talk to you guys about that briefly, but I was contacted by Anonymous, members of Anonymous, saying pretty much, since you're running as a public official, that isn't what Anonymous stands for. And basically, we don't appreciate you wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even know Anonymous laid claim to the Guy Fawkes mask. Thought it was open, to everyone for use. And I thought the organization itself was more so embracing of all those activists out there, anyone that was anti-government, anti-establishment, and wanted to gather with brothers in arms, against this cause. So I guess I was misinformed on that, despite the many videos I've heard that said we are Anonymous, and Anonymous doesn't have a leader or whatever the case may be, but I guess it does behind the scenes. And I'm not trying to get sued, I guess, by Anonymous for misuse of their mask and misrepresentation. But yeah, I'm still going to sport my mask when I'm out there in rallies and protests, still have it as the symbol of what it is, but I won't be wearing it on the Black Side of Liberty here anymore, because I don't want there to be any conflict of interest, and basically want to focus on the matter at hand, the issues that we're going to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Also, yes, definitely, Yeshua, get you a mask, man. You got to find it wherever you can. You might need to get permission from Anonymous, I guess, before you wear it. You don't want to get contacted by them saying that you are misrepresenting them and their messaging. Anyway, so yeah, also I'm pretty much just going to be launching these things sporadically. There isn't any set schedule as to when I'll be recording and broadcasting these episodes. So definitely, if you are enjoying the Black Side of Liberty, please just be sure to hit that bell if you're watching on YouTube, so you can subscribe and get notifications as to when I do drop these videos. And if you're on Facebook, you want to head on over to YouTube and be sure to, connect with me there, okay? Yeshua says, I have a dope tribal mask. I would love to see that. That would be pretty cool. 3 of them. Yeah, that's probably more fitting, you know what I'm saying, for what we're doing. And that's getting in the spirit so we can resurrect this revolution within us to go ahead and rebel against everything that's been oppressing us this entire time, this establishment, the system that has continued to oppress us all in many ways, shapes, and forms. So As I said, I'm pretty much going to do the best that I can to continue to use my platform to speak out about these issues and connect with all of you beings of light, art, culture, and knowledge, peoples out there, so we can continue to converse about these things. And sometimes I may have a guest, sometimes I may not. But as long as you're here, I have everybody with me that I need, because I'm definitely wanting you guys to continue to engage with me and ask me questions, tell me, about your concerns or any comments that you may have, whether it's good or bad. Definitely want to hear it. So please be sure to share that. And that's how I'll be engaging in my interviews with my guests. It won't be scripted as far as there being a set group of questions that I'll be asking them. It'll just be a conversation as we're having now. I'll be asking them, questions, and then hopefully if you guys have some questions, I can ask them some of the questions that you may have as well. So Yeshua says, I thought you had seen them at the lair. Yeah, I definitely did, man. But hey, I haven't seen them on you, so let's do that. DeSantios. I don't know if I said that right, but that's an incredible name, man. DeSantios. Stoner says, who can one inform to stop terrorism by a sheriff? That's a good question. I guess that's been a long time question, is who do we call to police the police when there's an issue? And Yeshua is responding by saying the governor. He is correct. You would contact the governor's office, since he is the commander-in-chief of law enforcement in the state. Not sure how that would help, because, 9 times out of 10, they're the same group of people that work with each other and have a camaraderie with each other. So it would be difficult for you to make that happen. But Yeshua is right. I believe the governor is the right answer. Sheriffs are our local elects. Governor next up, right? So the governor would hold the sheriffs accountable. As governor, that would be my job to make sure that, of course, the other elected official, the sheriff, who I would be working with, to make sure that all law enforcement in the state abide by their oath, actually does so, since they're an elected official as well. And if they refuse to do so, of course, that's when I could turn to the people of California and say, we have a sheriff that is acting unconstitutionally and, unlawfully. And that's when things start to turn awry. I just actually posted that today on my Twitter page, saying, we have law and order, but if the law officials, legislators, and the law enforcers aren't abiding by the law, then you have nothing but chaos. We're seeing an example of that happening every time that the law seems to go out of the window, especially with, January 6th. I'm in Colorado and I'm experiencing color of law violations, domestic terrorism, and treason. Man, it's awful, because you're in Colorado, I'm in California. I know people in Florida and Texas and Washington, all over this country, that have experienced all sorts of, had the same experiences. You know what I mean? Arkansas, Ohio, New York, it doesn't matter. We have a de facto government that is acting under the color of law right now. It's treasonous. It's destructive, it's tyrannical, it's authoritarian, but what are we going to do about it? They're the ones with the guns, and this is what our nation's forefathers and nation's founders were warning of us of, was having a tyrannical government that is, armed to the tooth, and we people not having the ability to fight against them because we aren't armed, simply. And that's where our Second Amendment comes into play. Hopefully it doesn't have to come to the point where we have to use the means of violence to uproot our government and get them out of there. But again, if they're a de facto government and they are acting unconstitutionally, unlawfully, and treasonous, and are being treasonous, then why should we let them continue to stand? What if he ignores us, says DeSantios? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I hope I am. I have informed everyone from POTUS Trump to the corrupt sheriff's office. Yeah, Congress, senators, everyone. Do we just eliminate the problem? Hopefully, again, we shouldn't have to do so with the means of force, because that's the non-aggression principle that we all live by. Treat others how you want to be treated. And if our government that we hire, our public officials, our public servants who we pay, whose salaries we pay with our taxes, don't want to do the job accordingly, then what do we do about it? Do we let them continue to abuse that power, abuse that authority, and keep that position? No, we simply remove them from that position. Now, we can do it civilly and peacefully through the election process, but if that doesn't happen, then what do we have to do about it? We can do it through the judicial process and sue and all of this other stuff. But if they've got that rigged, then what's next? Frederick Douglass said a man's freedom lies in three boxes: the election box, the ballot box, the jury box, and then the ammunition box. So if you explore options 1 and 2, then you're only left with the third. You know what I mean? DeSantios says, hell no. I'm with you on that. We definitely don't want to have to let a standing army continue to exist and put us into threat and tyranny and keep us under ruling authority. That's what our government has done now. That's what Gavin Newsom essentially has done over the past almost year now by locking down the people of California unconstitutionally. Although when this first started, it was under emergency powers, emergency authority, that he was given the ability to impose this lockdown for our safety, supposedly. But as the facts came out, and of course, we, the people, saw everything with ourselves, with our eyes, and chose for ourselves to say, hey, we want to go out. We want to live our lives. We want to open our businesses. We want to send our kids to school. And he told us no. So that freedom and liberty that we are all afforded naturally, our God-given inalienable rights, were taken away from us. They should never be. They should never be compromised. We should always have the power to choose for ourselves. If that power is taken from us, then what are we going to do about it? He said, Daxantios. Did I get that right that time? Daxantios. All right. Sounds, pardon me, Greek. Is that right? Daxantios? Something like that. But you a stoner, I'm down for that. I can say that correctly. Yeshua says, I'm team tip the tower. It's coming. They close to doubled the quality of dollars in the past year. You mean they inflated the currency, the dollar, over the past year with all of these bailouts? As much as people want to say Trump is anti-socialist, he pulled the socialist move by bailing out these large companies, large corporations, including Gavin Newsom's winery. He received one of those PPP loans, taxpayer-backed loans that was meant to help small businesses. Well, his winery, Plumjack Winery, got over $4 million in those loans that was meant for small businesses. So if you want to talk about slimy crooks and thieves and embezzlement, it's being done to the highest degree. These are the people that are committing those crimes at this time, right now. Quantity. Oh, yeah, doubled the quantity of dollars in the past year. Right, exactly, by inflating the dollar. Dexantio says, I never waived them. They cannot take what we do not give. They are God-given rights, not government-given privileges. Yes, exactly. But look at how people are responding, especially with what happened January 6th, you had upset Americans storm the Capitol of the United States of America because they were angry about an election. Now, as much as I say again, we can do things through peaceful means and, through the right way of doing things. These are also upset Americans. People want to call them terrorists. Maybe they are terrorists in whose eyes, though, depending on how you look at the situation. You take out Trump, the people that hate Trump, take out the Trump. Now, what do you have? You got upset, pissed off Americans because they are sick of having their freedom and liberty taken from them by people that they're hiring to do the job. Their God-given rights, like DeSantis said, inalienable rights violated and infringed by people like him. Now, granted, we should always, again, explore peaceful means of solutions, peaceful solutions. And, but when our hands are tied, what do we do about it? Yeshua says they close to double the quantity in the end. That should mean globally they can but half as much. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the petrodollar. That's also being inflated. And you got a lot of other countries that are smart to what's going on. They're not going to continue to allow the American superpower to inflate the currency, not only here in America, but globally, and their economies, because they are part of ours. People are giving up their rights by not believing in God and consenting to being governed this way by having an interest-bearing bank account and by taking government subsidies. Yep. We're now financing taxpayers. When I'm saying where the taxpayers are now financially backing and propping up these corporations who should fail. If they don't have the amount of money saved up and aren't generating enough profits to sustain themselves, then they need to go out of business. That's how free market capitalism works. Okay. That's why all of you people out there that are on the left that say I'm against capitalism and what it's done to our economy and to the society, etc. No, it's not capitalism that's done that. It's corporatism that's done that. It's cronyism that's done that. Crony capitalism. So if you remove that element, then now you actually have a free market that benefits we the people. AOC, one of the leading democratic socialists in America, just came out to say she supported the Reddit, protest against, Wall Street by buying up GameStop stocks, their war on Wall Street. And again, it's a market that they used civilly and according to the rules against the people that abuse it and harm people. So they just switched the power reins of control from those group of people to we the people. And if you want to shift it from the 1% or whatever you want to call it to the 99%, this is how we make it happen, by making sure that we are in control of our resources, of our commodities, not these corporations. So Carlos says there's no need to destroy things. Us, the taxpayers, are going to need to pay for the mess. I do support peaceful protests. Absolutely. But we end up paying for the mess nonetheless. When there's a sports event and you have protests or demonstrations or celebrations, as they like to call them, when the Lakers win a championship and you got people out there tearing down light posts and, crowding down streets, throwing beer cans everywhere, we, the taxpayer, end up footing the bill. It boils down to individual responsibility, okay? As much as we want to say, we're footing the bill for one cleanup versus the other. We're still paying for it. How can we eliminate that and reduce that? Every individual taking responsibility for their own actions. If you don't, there will be consequences for those actions, whether it be, no matter what it may be. And that's what we need to start doing and start applying to our governmental system. If we don't have that example there, like with him, eating indoors, not wearing a mask, not socially distancing, but shutting down other restaurants and fining them for doing the same. But French Laundry stayed open. Why is that allowed? Why does he get to live by a different set of rules that we don't have to? So then when we the people see that, we're like, fuck the rules then. Why should I have to abide by the rules? They're not, you know what I mean? Trump isn't. All of these other people aren't. So we get a chance to break the rules. Amen. We need capitalism, not what we have. That's oligarchy empowered capitalism, precisely. Oh God, no, AOC. I don't hate anyone. I can't agree nothing with her and her ideas, just bad. But again, she agreed with the Reddit bets, you know what I'm saying? The Reddit traders and what they've done, the rise of we the people against Wall Street. So to think that a socialist supposedly is supporting a capitalist revolution, and cause says a lot, it's a redistribution of that wealth to where it belongs, and that's the hands of the majority versus the minority, a significant class, a small class of people that keep that money within their own pockets. Oh yeah, Dodgers and Lakers people destroyed lots of businesses. Bus I saw, yeah, oh yeah, they'll set it on fire. Yeshua gave me an amen. Thank you so much. And Carlos says Eric and Gavin didn't seem to care about what they did. No, they don't. Garcetti is another one, the list goes on. And the only way for us, again, to rebel against what's going on is to get involved in our community, make sure that we're improving the life conditions for others. And I'm out there collecting signatures to recall Gavin Newsom, and people ask me, why am I out there? And I'll tell them that. And they'll say, and then I'll say, I'm also running for governor. Oh, that's why, they all say that. I'm like, no, but I'm actually out here doing it. Is he out here doing it? Do you actually see him involved in the community? Do you see any of the other candidates getting involved on such a level to make sure that they're number one, holding our elected officials accountable on such a grassroots level to where they're engaging in the community to collect signatures in a community effort to remove one of our elected representatives? Do you see them doing that? Do you see them actually talking to potential voters, as I have? Because I've been out there for 4 or 5 months speaking to, I kid you, hundreds of people, if not thousands. I've collected thousands of signatures. So each one of those signatures I've collected, I've spoken to each and every one of them. Then there's the people that didn't sign that I also spoke to. Then there's the people that did sign that I spoke to and, just flipped my card to. So I've given out my information to countless amount of potential voters. And it's been a wonderful experience for me and gives me an opportunity to learn more about what those people in the community actually want. And I ask each and every person that signs the petition, why are you signing the petition? And I kid you not, the majority of them are just saying because he's an hypocrite. They're seeing him say one thing, do another thing. And at this point, they just want somebody that's going to be honest and true and a person of their word and a governor of their word. And that's exactly what I'll be. I'll be a man of my word that we, the people, can trust, and they know they're going to get nothing but an honest assessment from, and will be truthful in providing that information to them. Nothing but transparency. Carlos says, yeah, that's the only good thing she has said in her time Congress. I was so surprised. I know, right? It took me aback too. You are doing more than any candidate. You care about the people. Thank you so much. I certainly do. As I said, if any person that claims to want to be a representative of the people doesn't want to get involved on such an instrumental level to improve the living conditions of those around them, then they don't really care. You know, they're doing it for the theatrics, for the opportunity for them to excel financially, you know, financial gain. That is also a attractor to a lot of people. You know, a lot of people that want to get involved in politics see it as a money-making venture. I don't. I'm not in this to make money. I'm actually losing money running for office because instead of me, working the 9 to 5 or focusing on getting my own business ventures off of the ground and investing into them and focusing on them being as successful as possible, I'm focused on this job in particular, and that's serving the people of the community as the next governor if given the opportunity. So that's why I'm on the campaign trail to get my name out there. Since Facebook's social media censorship is preventing political campaigns and ads from promoting on their websites, on their social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. You won't be seeing any more political ads, and me being one of them. So it's going to impact me significantly for this next election. That's why I need all of you out there watching these videos, following me on social media to help spread the word, share information about me and my campaign. Just help, again, get the word out there, let people know who I am, get the buzz going, help me grow and get more attention, because the mainstream media isn't going to talk about what I'm doing much. And if I got you guys behind me, then that's all I need. Okay. So please definitely spread the word. As you can see, my information is down at the bottom of the screen. Share, share, share. Visit my website, wildstar2022.com. Be sure to follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Share any of my posts on there. And like I said, if you're on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get notifications as to when I do any more of these Black Side of Liberty chats. Hopefully, I'll be getting my guest back on here sometime soon in the near future. But in the meantime, I do appreciate all of you guys that were watching and giving me comments along the way. Let's see who I got here. Yeshuan, Carlos, Dexantios. Yeah, I can't forget that one. All of you guys, I appreciate all of the comments. And to those of you out there watching that did not say a word, please be sure to, again, come back next time and let's talk more then, okay? Check out Recall Gavin. 2020.com. Let me bring that up on the screen so you guys can see what's going on here. Hold on before I get out of here. All right, so head over to Recall Gavin 2022 or 2020.com. Recall Gavin 2020.com. Okay, be sure to hit up the website as soon as possible. Print out that petition, sign that petition, send it in as soon as possible so we can get Gavin Newsom out of office. We have more than 1.3 million signatures so far. 1.3 million signatures. We only need 1.5 required. That's right here, 1.5. The goal is 1.8 million. Just for safe measure, make sure we got as many as possible so they can't reject that in any way, shape, or form. So to make sure the recall is successful, we do need to make sure we hit the required 1.5 million signatures. So again, be sure to print out that petition, sign it, and send it in as soon as possible. Okay. And also, of course, be sure to visit my website, wildstar2022.com. Okay. When you come on my website, you'll see this pledge card. Please be sure to fill that out if you'd like to join Team Wildstar, get involved with the campaign, help do some fundraising, social media outreach. As I told you, I desperately need that. going door to door, even during this COVID crisis. We want to get to know our neighbors and let them know about the campaign, okay? So fill out this pledge card. Let me know how you can help. Or please be sure to click on this donate button and make a contribution, of course. Every little bit helps, and we got to fight fire with fire. Gavin Newsom and the Democrats are going to have tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to spend on his campaign to not only stay elected in this recall election, but then if he ends up getting through the recall and not removed from office, then he'll get to fulfill his term. And in 2022, next year, he'll be up for re-election. So they're going to get that money ready for then. And we want to be able to combat that dollar for dollar somehow if we can. So make a contribution if you can. $22 for Wildstar 2022 is all I'm asking for. Please send in whatever you can. Let's see. You're going to end it? Have a good day. Bye-bye. Yes, Carlos, I'm about to get out of here. 200,000 or more. That would be great. We could get $200,000, but all I need is 10 to make it happen, to cover the base costs of filing fees and be able to get some lawn signs, bumper stickers, all that good stuff. So $10,000 is all I'm asking. $22 each one of you out there watching. It'll definitely help me get closer to that goal as much as possible. Carlos says 200,000. So help me get there, Carlos. And Yeshua says, ever need a guest in pinch, a holler. Definitely, I will contact you, my man. So in the meantime, you guys, again, thank you for connecting with me. Visit the website, find out more about my campaign for governor of California, my platform proposals, and all that I'm offering to do as the next governor of California. So spread the word, let people know about the website. And as I said, please make a donation today so we can get Gavin Newsom out of office and get me in there as soon as possible. Okay. Thank you so much to you guys for being here on the return of Black Side of Liberty. Until next time, long live liberty, and may the light of God and liberty shine on each and every one of you. Peace.